at peace, and you're stronger when you're at peace. So you wouldn't give your peace away for your own sense of self-preservation. You could use your desire for self-preservation to take you to enlightenment. You know, oh, you mean if I don't attack myself with my anger, then my body will stay healthier? Yes. So because I'd like to stay healthy, then I'm going to stop attacking myself with my thoughts? Yes. You could use your own sense of self-preservation to stop hurting yourself. But if I want to kill myself, I hate myself, I don't love myself, well, I'm just going to think all the thoughts that would destroy my body faster. But I don't know how to break it to you, but when you destroy your body, you will still exist. You're not getting off that easy. You know what I'm saying? You know, you're not getting off that easy. You know, you've done and discarded more bodies than you can even imagine. You've probably done and discarded more bodies already in this life than you can imagine. It just happens to be somebody else's. Whoops. Whoops. So the Course then goes on to say, there is no challenge to a teacher of God. Challenge implies doubt, and the trust on which love's teacher rests secure makes doubt impossible. So, how could I be challenged if I have no doubt that I deserve to be loved? Yeah. How could I have a challenge if I'm resting on the idea that I am loved and that I am loved? It'd be so much easier just to give yourself the love that you hope everybody else would give you. I'm finding that out too. I had heard this so many times. It's amazing when you try this stuff. It works. I'm telling you. You know, it's like loving me is easier than loving anybody else. When I used to think loving me was harder than loving anybody else. I love the total domination that I have over myself. I love how I can tell my body, eat. Or you should start asking your body, what does it want to eat? You know, your body has consciousness. Ask your body what it wants to do. And if you want to manifest something in your life, ask it to show you how to reach it. Because everything is alive and everything has consciousness. So all the stuff that you want, you could actually ask it to show you how to get to it. A perfect relationship for me. Would you please show me how to get to you? The book that I would like to have written. Tell me what you would like to be called and when you would like to be written. That's the way a conscious being do it. A conscious being assumes everything is alive, and it is, because it's all you. This is just you. Everything in here is you. There's just one mind. Isn't it a trip? Look around this room. You're looking at yourself in all these different forms. Wow. And then you see some parts of yourself, you're attracted to, and some parts of yourself that you're not. Wow. But the parts of yourself that you are attracted to are just those parts of yourself that you've chosen right now to learn certain lessons about yourself through, easier than you can learn them through the other parts of yourself, and so therefore it seems like you have special relationships. But those are just the parts of you that's bringing you the lesson that you need right now. But we are all equally important to your happiness and to your peace and to your love. That none of us are more valuable to you than any other one of us. But in our culture, in our thought system, we don't think that's true. We think that there's some people that's more important than other people. That's another lie. That's another deception. There's no one more important than the person in front of your face at any given time, because that's the person that's bringing you the gift in that moment. And anyone that's not in your life, in this moment, you don't need them. Mm-hmm. Hello?
Hello.
Anyone that's not there right now, that's somebody you don't need right now. And if you accepted that, you feel a lot better, and you let go of all this sense of loss. You'll get one day when someone says that they want to leave you, you're like, really? You want to go? Wow. I can't wait to see who shows up after you. I want you to have a good time too. Now I hope you meet somebody that turns you on even more than I do. I want you to have all kinds of joy. Okay? You promise me? You promise me? I want you to get a better lover than me too. All right? Wonderful. Me too. Okay. That's where you'll be one day. One day you will know you can't lose, and it's not possible that something could leave your life, that something better isn't coming in its place. You may not be there now, because readiness is not mastery. Hello?
Readiness is not mastery.
Because I say I'm ready Doesn't mean I've mastered it. So don't compare who you are now to where we're trying to go. That's another trick. That's dishonest. You go to flying school, you don't get upset because you can't fly solo the first day. You listen to the instructor, you're turned on because you're motivated to fly one day, but you don't go home and say, I went to flying school today for the first time and I didn't do a solo flight. You glad you didn't do a solo flight. I certainly, you know what I'm saying? So that's the way you should feel about this. It's like, okay, it's all right if I don't know how to love unconditionally yet. Yet it's okay if I don't know how to feel the innocence within myself yet. It's okay if I'm not always kind and peaceful and loving. I've set the goal. Readiness is not mastery. So if I've set the goal will create the circumstances that allow the goal to manifest. The goal will create the circumstances that allow the goal to manifest. The goal will create the circumstances that allow the goal to manifest. The goal will create the circumstances that allow the goal to manifest. The goal will create the circumstances that allow the goal to manifest. So what does that mean? I just need to be clear about what my purpose is.
Then stand aside.
I just need to be clear about what my purpose is. So if you will just be clear about what your purpose is, your purpose will draw the people, the circumstances, and the synchronicities that allow you to have your purpose manifest. Most people don't know what the heck what they want. They just know what they don't want.
Yeah.
It's like telling somebody I want to go to dinner with you. And they say, well, I don't want to go to McDonald's, and I don't want to go to Chili's, and I don't want to go to Applebee's. Where the heck do you want to go? That's what I need to know. Because the more you focus on what you don't want, you project it into your reality, and then you meet it. Think about how many things you've said you don't want that's happened to you. And you'll see why. You focused on what you don't want. And then you projected it away from you. And then you met it. What do you want? And so I always go, decide for me, Holy Spirit. Decide for me, higher self. Decide for me the part of me that loves me more than I do. Decide for me the part of me that knows everything. I want you to decide for me. Because I had a few things lately that I thought I wanted to experience. And I said, decide for me, Holy Spirit, which is the same as saying, decide for me, my divine self. And it didn't happen. I used to go, oh my God, I turned it over to God and it didn't happen. Well, you said, God, make a decision. God, make a decision. You're not going to get it. That's not best for you. I don't really know what's best for me. I'm like a child playing with scissors that I think are really pretty because they're shiny. And I could hurt myself. And then you grab it from the kid and the kid goes, wah! And you know that was the best thing you could have done for that child. You have scissor relationships. You have scissor financial situations. You know, I was at a party where I saw a couple of scissors last night. I wanted them scissors so bad. I was like, it was scissor hands, you know, I wanted some scissors. But it didn't happen. And so I just went, okay, all right, that wasn't meant to be for me. But that also means if I say decide for me, Holy Spirit, and it happens, I fully let myself have it completely without guilt and without fear. Because it makes sense to ask for what you want, and then when it shows up, you still won't let yourself have it. And I know people who do that. They ask for stuff, and then it shows up, and they still won't let themselves have it because of their belief in guilt and sin. You got to get rid of the belief in guilt and sin. There is no such thing as 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 sin. There is no such thing. There is nothing you can do to violate the laws of reality. You're just not that powerful. There's nothing you could do that can change eternal love. There's nothing that you can do to lose the love of something that really loves you. It's because we've been in relationships with human love, and human love is so unreal and conditional that we think we can lose real love. You can never lose the love of someone who really loves you. And that doesn't mean that you're going to always be together. Sometimes that's how you show people you love them. You get the heck out of their experience because you know who you are is not the best thing for them based on their level of consciousness and yours. And out of your love for them, you say, I bless you and release you to have that which you want. I tell people that I'm in a relationship with, if there's a need you have that I can't satisfy, by all means get that need met through whoever can satisfy it, which is like heresy in a relationship. What the hell are you doing?